assumed it was someone named Tillman. And I don't know what he believed in, but I am pretty sure he was a slave owner.
I have no idea who it was named after or what he believed in.
Benjamin Tillman was a avid racist, and he did not believe that African Americans or minorities in general should have education or further anything opportunities. So if that's the answer, him.
A plantation?
No.
A very, very, very big slave plantation owned by John C. Calhoun.
Here? No, I did not know that.
I did not know that. Do I think that that's okay? No, that's not okay at all. That's wrong. But everyone has the right to, a right to press and stuff like that with whatever they believe in. So, unfortunately, that happened. Unfortunately, people still believe that. But hey, that's crazy.
Do students know the history of the people that made Clemson University what it is today? Clemson University was founded on the roots placed by the very influential John C. Calhoun. In a presentation by Rhonda Thomas called Call My Name, African Americans and Early Clemson University History, she explains that Calhoun's family lineage as well as the lineage of their African American slaves is what made Clemson University what it is today. The thing about the history is that it is not well known due to its relation to slavery, convict labor, and the Confederacy. Knowing this history is very important right now due to the racial tensions that have grown over the past 3 years and to be informed in general. Racist events have occurred at Clemson University, so it is not something we just see on the news. Furthermore, racist actions have deeper implications when they occur in places that have a historically racist past, such as Clemson University. Because of this, knowing the history of Clemson University and those who took part in making it is important for us students who are going to become the ethical compass of the future. We need to be informed with accurate facts, and upon acknowledging the facts, we will be able to create room for change and disassociate the negative history that made Clemson University what it is today.
We must know the history of the campus creation and who was involved in creating it so that we can understand why racist actions on this campus have deeper rooted meanings. The basis of the land that consists of Clemson University today was bought by John C. Calhoun in 1825. Calhoun bought this land to build a summer home and create a plantation that functioned through slave labor. This plantation is known as the Fort Hill Plantation, and the house that belonged to him is still intact here on campus. John C. Calhoun was a very influential man, not only in South Carolina, but the United States as a whole. Calhoun was vice president twice, each under a different president. He was the Secretary of War and ended his career serving as a senator for South Carolina. In a newspaper article from 1992, the author quotes, described Calhoun as a man who saw slavery as the soundest foundation for liberty. In 1992, commemorating his 200th birthday, Clemson University held a week-long celebration concluding with a lawn party at his Fort Hill plantation, and ceremonies were held in the Senate to honor his legacy. Calhoun lived a prosperous life and fought for what he wanted, which included slavery. After Calhoun died, Calhoun's wife ended up giving the land to her son-in-law, Thomas Green Clemson, along with the slave families he owned. The lineages of the slaves that worked for Calhoun and ultimately for Clemson were a vital part of the creation of our campus today.
Another important and controversial figure that took part in the foundation of what makes up Clemson University is Benjamin Tillman. Tillman Tower, which is a staple image of Clemson, was built by convict laborers. The man who this tower was named after is Ben Tillman, a politician and one of Clemson's founding fathers who spoke against blacks and advocated lynch law. Tillman lived through the abolition of slavery, but still upheld his beliefs of white supremacy, and dedicated his early career to directing a campaign for a white supremacist South Carolina. Tillman strongly believed that only white people should prosper, and this could be accomplished through a segregated society where African American people would be intimidated and ultimately ruled over by the white race. Calhoun's history and Benjamin Tillman's history are both integral parts of the creation of Clemson University. Whenever we walk by Tillman Tower or the Fort Hill Plantation Home, we are walking past structures and land built from the forced labor of African Americans at the hands of prejudiced people.
For the condemning of racist hate speech on campus have deep connections and feelings towards what happened in the past. A.D. Carson's See the Stripes campaign emphasizes that Clemson should not just focus on the school spirit or the orange, but also the dark stripes or the past. Carson's views are not unique to him, and this is why awareness of what happened in the past is necessary.
This issue affects people in our Clemson community, even if it does not affect us personally. It is extremely important to know the dark aspects of Clemson University's history, especially now that racial tensions are high throughout the country, because choosing not to be informed or ignoring facts regarding sensitive issues such as this creates division among us. Being informed on Clemson's history allows us to be able to empathize with people who have deep connections and feelings towards the past and choose to bring it up in different situations. Whether it is in the context of creating inclusion campaigns such as A.D. Carson's See the Stripes, or asking for the condemnation of hate speech like it occurred after the racist flyers were placed around campus, we must be able to listen and try to understand where people are coming from. The great late Martin Luther King Jr. said, "We are not makers of history, we are made by history." In essence, we are where we are today because of what happened in the past, and although it may not be for what we stand now, it is what got us here.